Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of the Family Podcast with your two favourite brothers. My name is Sammy.
My name is Don.
And today we have a full house because we're joined by the aunties. Hello, aunties.
Let's go.
Thanks for having us.
Oh, no problem. I know it was a trek for some of you to get here, so yeah, I'm sorry.
Yes, behind God's back.
It was a very far journey.
Sorry. We appreciate you coming down, though.
No problem.
If you just introduce yourself so the people at home can know your lovely faces.
So we're Your Aunties Could Never podcast. I'm Auntie AK.
I'm Auntie Farah.
I'm Auntie Nana.
And I'm Auntie Sade.
Yo, nice to have you all here. So today we have gathered here today.
Right, church sermon. Let's go. Let's go.
To talk about marriage and marriage's importance or non-importance in today's modern society.
Right.
Yes. So the question I'd like to kick off to the room, is do you feel like marriage is as important nowadays?
It's really weird because I feel like we're in this weird space of maturity where I'm not sure what the kids are thinking at this point, like whether they think it's important personally. I don't know if parents our age are kind of instilling like marriage is important. I'm not really sure. I don't know. Maybe I should pause and say I don't know yet. I'm not sure if it's as important.
Yeah.
I think it's still important. It just has less importance than, let's say, it did in the 70s. Let's say up until women had rights and could have their own bank account, it's lost its importance in that way. But as an institution, it's still important.
I don't think so. I don't think it's as important as I just think the way that society's set up now, the only things that I do think it's definitely important is if you're still getting tax breaks, if you're still getting like financial benefits from like the government and stuff.
Oh, the money is.
Other than that, I don't think it's as important. Like I think that's one of the benefits. Other than, you know, I'm not saying relationships are important. You know what I mean? But in terms of actually being married, no, not so much. I think it's lost its value for sure.
Yeah, I think I agree with you because I think you can be in a committed relationship, and people will argue with me about this, but you can be in a committed relationship and not be married.
Yeah.
Right? So, and because it's so easy to get out of marriage nowadays, whereas back in the day of like our grandparents or whatever, that shit was hard, isn't it? So there were less divorces. Now it's very easy to get a divorce. So with that in mind, people are having, you know, getting married, getting divorced very early, or they're just not getting married at all. Because the other side of it is, if you do get a divorce, then people are taking half their money. And, you know, there's all this sort of thing. So I feel like it's important if that's what you want to do, and it's important to you, and you're doing it for the right decisions. But I can't say that everyone's out there saying that you should get married now. I don't really hear that.
Mr. Single Man. Oh, you're not even single, my bad.
Correct yourself.
You're trying to get me in trouble, innit?
You know what I'm saying? Been selling this narrative for a long time. You know what I'm saying? So you're asking me to make the comparison, right? Whether it was
So just in your view, like...
in my view.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm always going to say marriage is important.
Yeah.
But if you're asking me, is it as important to, as you were saying, like to the young people and to the demographic? No, but if you're asking me, marriage is important, bro. Like,
Yeah.
you need to learn to do stuff that's hard in your life. Do you know what I'm saying? And marriage is extremely, extremely hard. Builds a lot of resilience.
Yeah, so I'm obviously biased in it. Because I thought about this a lot because when I was with my what is now my wife, I was thinking about what is the point of marriage and whether marriage had a point for us. And I feel like it mattered a lot more when I started to account for children. And to me, it's like the personification of commitment. So like, how do you say to your child that like you're committed to your mum? Like, how do I say to my kids, like, I'm committed to your mum without saying it? If that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay.
And so for me, I can say that I stood in front of all my friends that meant the most to me in the world. I stood in front of my family members that meant the most to me in my world. And then, like, because I have a Christian background as well, the God that I observe, and I made an oath to her, for her, in front of all of those people. And so...
Yeah, the wordsmith, yeah, let's go.
And so to me, I find it hard to find something that comparable when we're just talking about cohabitation and just...
The thing, I was going to say, the reason why I'm struggling to find out whether it's important or not is because there's so many things, like you mentioned religion. I was thinking about religion, because religions these days, I believe, are kind of slightly trying to adapt to the new world.
That is true.
And not be so judgmental in some institutions that, or maybe some churches now, because like from church to church, that maybe they're like, hey, we'll be more accepting of same sex and cohabitation, right? So that's why I don't know the mood out there. I still see, I still see there's a demographic of young people that are like, yeah, we're going to get married, and whether the value is then there's that value that you spoke about, that you know, that's the ultimate commitment, to show that you're committed to someone by saying let's get married. I just don't know if the mood is that you have to get married anymore. I don't think that's there.
No, it's
but
not.
I don't know if people. I don't know if people individually still value it as a thing, as an institution that is still the beacon of ultimate commitment.
Yeah.
That's why I think I'm struggling to figure out what the mood is.
I think people do. Yeah.
I think people do. Very similarly, it's funny. I was having a conversation with my cousin the other day, and he was like, "Why did you guys get married?" Maybe I was talking about this pod. He was like, "Why did you two get married?" I was with my husband. And I was like, you know what it was? Because we'd been together for years. We got married, we was like 12 years into our relationship.
Right, okay, yeah.
And I was about 3 months pregnant, and it just, we were planning, we'd had our traditional, but it just kind of really like a burning, we have to get married before the baby comes.
Right.
But he was like, but you're not that girl. And it's like, I really am not that person. You'd think I'd be like, it's fine, doesn't matter. But there was something in our surname. I was like, we have to have the same surname.
Right.
I want the baby to grow up and see our pictures, like our wedding day, like all it just, it was burning, like we have to do this. So by the time we got married, I was like 6 months pregnant, big belly, couldn't drink.
Oh yeah.
But there was something in that year, like it has to happen now. I think it's like that. It's almost like wanting to have a child. It drives you, and then you'll think, actually, I need to get married as well. There's that. I think that should be the way round. It shouldn't be society. It should be personal.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I think.
Oh yeah.
It should be personal, and that's what it's not for everybody. There are some people. You made an interesting point. A couple of points that you said about how do you show your children that you're committed without showing them that you're committed. To someone else, they'd be like, because you can see how we are together. Yeah. To someone who's not married, it'd be how you treat your partner. You know, the partnership itself, the foundation of your parenting, all of that. Like, that's how you show your children without showing your children. But I get it, because for people that want to get married, and for people who I speak to, and it means something to them, it is this thing of this desire that you want to be with that person, that you want to make this oath. So I totally get it. I'm not against it. But I just feel like not everybody out there, it's not the same as before, where it's like, you have to be married. I feel like now it's a thing, like having children. Not everybody wants to have children, isn't it? It's like a burning desire if you want to have a kid most of the times. So it's like, I feel like marriage is the same sort of thing.
But I feel like sometimes you get people who think that they can handle marriage, and then they can't handle marriage, and then they go back to clarting season. And then, and then it gets very, 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 very techie. Because the thing is, the ideology of something and the practicality of something are two different things. And I try to, when I have conversations with people, I try to say it, not because I feel like I'm the great I am, but because I've been through situations where I've agreed to something, even basic things. So like, I do, like in my spare time, I do photography. And it's all nice when you're doing the day out and you're clicking, then you have like over 500 pictures. And the person's like, when am I getting my pictures? And you know that half of the shots weren't even what they were supposed to. So I'm trying to edit and touch them up before they send out. That's a commitment that you committed to. And then you told the person, oh yeah, no, you're a really nice person, I'll give you 20% off. Now you're thinking, what, man's doing all of this for like £40? This is looking mad. Do you know what I'm saying? Because the commitment, of what you signed up to, you never actually had the insight of what it would entail before you got there. Do you know what I'm saying? So I always think with with marriage, as we've said, like you have to have the reasoning, but you also have to have the resilience to just go through it, like to drive through it, because sometimes it's not gonna feel like what you thought it was. The wedding day is amazing for some people, but that's just a wedding day. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and then you get some people who blow all their money on their wedding, and then the rest of life, and you're doing loans, and do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of dynamics. And what's the biggest cause of marital breakup?
Financial.
Divorce? Yeah, financial. Do you know what I'm saying? So,
and children.
and many people think they've got it together, but dealing with one person is not like dealing with 2 or 3 or 4. Do you know what I'm saying? So
But I feel I could put what you said with parenting as well.
yeah.
You know, people have kids and they think, oh, it's all going to be fine, and then you get this teenager who you want to punch in the face.
I suppose it is life, isn't it? Yeah, where you deal with that contrast.
Yeah, you made a good point before, but I wanted to elaborate on it because I've spoken to some women and they're not for the whole taking of a man's name. So I wanted to get your views on that, because maybe you have different views, or
I went through a gamut. So I did need a new surname as well. So that kind of swayed it. In there.
Oh my god!
But I was
Not gonna lie,
Wow.
Yeah. I was first off. So early days was like, we should merger. You know, you have it's a Welsh surname. I have a Ghanaian surname. We should like blend it together, because I don't really want to lose my African surname.
Yeah.
That didn't go down well. It was like, if we're gonna get married, it's my surname or nothing. You
so
stay with yours and I'll keep mine. And as it got closer, I really was like, actually, I just want us to have the same surname. So we weren't going to do a double barrel, and I didn't need that. So it was like, actually, I'll just take it. But I understand when women are like, I'm going to keep my surname.
Yeah.
I definitely get it.
Yeah, I understand too.
Yeah.
Because what is this thing that men think that your surname is more important?
Yeah.
You know, what makes your surname, and all the reasons why you say, because, you know, it's a line and all this stuff, but I could say the same thing.
Yeah,
about
you
my
could,
surname.
yeah.
So it's a compromise that a lot of women are supposed to make without even really thinking about it.
Your mouth is twitching. Yeah, your mouth is twitching, bro.
Do you know what? I agree with everything that they're saying, but the big but is coming in, innit? I don't know, innit? Like, I felt some way when someone said to me, like, they wanted to double barrel our names, and I was like, yo, nah, that's...
But double barrel is at least a compromise.
Nah,
to say that you keep yours and I'll keep...
Nah.
And that's what I don't get as well. You know, like if a woman says to you, okay, my surname is important to me. I want to keep my surname, but I also want to have your surname. I want us to be a family in that unit. Let's do a double barrel. And then the man is like, no, if you give my name or no name. Like, I don't.
And do you know what's mad, She even said, at the time, she was like, I don't even know if I want it that much. I just want to know that I have the option. And I was still like, no.
I think it's just even. What was your reasoning for
I don't need to give a reason. I just wasn't on it.
See, the thing.
Yeah.
That's the answer that men always.
And I know. And
I don't need to give a reason.
I know. And this is the thing. You see the thing about me. I've learned through my journey. And I'm just like, okay, cool. I get it. But at that time, I was just in a place where I wasn't willing to compromise, innit? And I wasn't really willing to have the discussion.
Hold on. Do you think for a different woman, you would change your position?
No. I think that's the norm, isn't it? Like, men aren't given the even the thought process to think, like, why am I instilling this tradition to go on and on and on?
Yeah.
Not thinking about it. Like, for someone like myself, like, the history of my family and what it means, that there's no way that I would lose my surname. Absolutely. It's going to be double barreled, and you know that from the absolute start. That's what you're thinking about. Just because of the lineage, like, do you know what I mean? Like, you learn something. And just to give that away for what the sake of merit, no.
Yeah.
And that's
it's just
talking
because
about.
It's just because men have, it's patriarchal way, isn't it?
It
is. It's never, as you said, it's never ever been challenged, and it's something that, like, your rights been taken away. How dare you? It's something that's been.
Do you know what it is? It's for me. I just believe that as males and females, we just have certain rights, innit?
So
like,
gender roles.
One second.
Okay,
cool.
I thought about this quite a bit. I really don't know any real reason why a man shouldn't be interested in a double barrel name, right? Like, I know all the men, you traitor, like, but the the only thing I can think of is this, yeah. Like back in the day, or even now to some extent, but it is changing. A man comes out of pocket, yeah, for your engagement and possibly your wedding ring. Hold on. Let me land, yeah. And that is supposed to be him saying that, like, I believe in the future of our relationship so much so that I'm willing to forfeit a portion of my wealth or what I make and so on.
Thank you.
Yeah, go there. Thank you.
Yeah.
The father of the bride pays for the wedding, so the family's out of pocket.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, as well. So there's an equality there, you could say.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
yeah, that is true.
Yeah, so
there is some parity.
That doesn't.
The
it's not
wife
good
to be's
enough
father should instill his name into that situation.
Yeah.
They usually pay.
The thing is, the reason why women take the men's surname is because women were seen as property.
Yeah.
But they didn't have any rights. Yeah.
They was literally seen as property. Less than it's like now you belong to this man. Like,
you
know what I mean? So
listen to the words. I'm giving my daughter away.
Yeah. Exactly.
Because you're going from one man to another.
Yeah.
Pay and
unless I'm wrong.
But my thing is
so
like,
okay,
clearly,
so yeah, go on.
All right, so my
continue that.
But I think my thing is like there's clearly an expectation. Do you know what I'm saying? Like of males within marriage, just like there's an expectation of females within marriage. So I don't debate the two, yeah. But even traditionally, yeah. So obviously I'm of Ghanaian heritage, innit? So yeah, yes, I'm of Ghanaian heritage. So it's knowing that we would do like the traditional, yeah. But before the traditional, you would do the knocking as well, yeah. So all of these things, yeah, are heavily dominated by the male. Do you know what I'm saying? Because the male will go with their family to meet it's hence the giving away as well.
Yeah.
But there's also certain things that I would be asked to bring with me. Do you know what I'm saying?
Dowry.
Yeah, exactly. And so there's dowry and the traditional, but there's also things that they ask for in the knocking as well. Yeah. So, and I'm being asked to bring these things. Yeah. I'm not disputing that. Do you know what I'm saying? But what I am disputing is that whilst I'm bringing those things, then I'm asking that you would now join like my family name. That is why I'm bringing these things.
Okay.
You can't take away a portion of what technically I'm supposed to quote unquote get, but when you guys will also get what you quote unquote get. Do you see what I'm saying?
I
Like,
get
so
what you're saying.
I feel like it's a 50-50 playing field, but I think that maybe some people don't.
But that's also
Exactly.
only works if you marry a traditional Ghanaian.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean? And in where we live in London, that is not the norm.
Of
You
course.
know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
people, like, it's cross-cultural.
But you say that, but
Do
the
you know what I mean?
lineage of your name
So
is linked
it's
to your
like-
culture and your tradition.
Wait a
But
second.
what I'm saying is, it's just like you're asking someone to come into your tradition and accept what you're doing, which is not their values and their tradition. So it's just
Tradition.
like, why can't you come to a new understanding where you merge?
And it goes back to
Yeah,
what
just
we
not-
said.
yeah.
It goes back to what you said, right? It's linked to what? You said your tradition, right?
Yeah, tradition and culture.
And the
Yeah,
lineage of
yeah,
your
and the
name,
lineage.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
As Sade's just said, her name, it's
It's
lineage of
important
her
to-
name is
yeah.
important to her.
Of course.
There's this misconception that a woman's name is not important to
So I
It's
don't.
important to her.
I don't disagree, but for me it would be.
You do.
But you
No,
are.
wait, one second. But I think
Actually,
for me, yeah, like what it is, yeah, is I'm someone who works on like the feeling of things and how I am in a certain situation, innit? And I understand that may be not good for some people, innit? I'm not saying that I'm good for everybody, but I'm just saying,
Marmite.
I'm saying it would be like wrong of me to not acknowledge the feeling that I get when somebody says to me, oh, okay, well, cool. I know that you're compromising in a lot of your beliefs and a lot of your values in terms of the ideology of marriage, where for me, both parties have to compromise. A marriage doesn't work unless compromise is there. But you're saying, oh, okay, I should negate my feeling of the way that I feel when you ask me to double barrel my name. I think if a marriage starts off on that premise, then you will never acknowledge how each other feel without there being a logical reasoning of why. It's always like, oh, what's the justification though? What's the justification?
Okay, so I don't think that we're saying that you should not have that feeling. You're entitled
Yeah.
to that feeling, but what we are saying is that you should.
Women
listen
have
to
a
the
feeling
other
as well.
person.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah, of
telling
course.
you that they also have that feeling because
Yeah.
you're saying there and you're saying that you shouldn't have to compromise on that because that's your feeling.
Of course, yeah.
So then maybe what if your partner is equally saying, I shouldn't have to compromise?
Then do you know what I would say? Honestly,
Yeah.
I would say, okay, cool. Let's look at everything that is supposed to be traditional. Just considering that if I was going to do it traditionally, I'd say let's look at all the things that are traditional and let's just split them, all of them. But
you're buying her name,
pretty much,
to have
yeah, pretty much.
Oh.
So I would say let's look at everything down the line, and let's split it all down the middle, innit? So all these norms that we have, let's look at them and see which ones. And let's see which.
We don't need to do none of that. I don't need you to pay for.
I'll be like, then I'm very sorry, I'm just not the person for you.
This goes back to what we're saying about the importance of marriage.
Yeah.
When it comes to the individual, it's an individual decision.
Yeah.
You're going to meet a woman that has no problem with your.
There we go.
Yeah.
You might, and though you said no to your brother, that no, you would never. You might.
I make compromise.
You might meet a woman that be like, you know what? I love you so much. Double barrel, triple barrel. Quarter barrels. Your name. Do you know what I mean?
And it might work the same way for me. Do you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But I can only speak in the situations that I've been in, innit? And both times when it's been raised, I've been like, I don't know how.
Gives you the heebie-jeebies.
It's fine.
It is important.
Yeah.
I do think that there are less and less reasons for women to compromise.
Oh no, I definitely agree.
This way of thinking.
Yeah.
You can have that way of thinking, but I just think moving forward, men need to really, do you know what I mean?
Look
Think
at
about
what the
why.
reason is. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? They're thinking this way, and if it makes sense, and if it's such a deal breaker that you cannot move forward. Do you know what I mean?
And I would have that conversation off the bat, like,
the thing is, imagine you've got a wonderful relationship with somebody, right? The way that you're setting your life and the intentions that you have for your life are all aligned.
Yeah.
And then it's this one thing because they don't want to take your name because their name has
Nah, but come on, man. Lazarus rose from the grave. You get what I'm saying? Like, there's got to be. I think that if that's the way that I'm feeling, that like this is my everything, then obviously there's a level of compromise that I have. See, the thing is with me, is a lot of things are dependent, and a lot of people don't like that. Do you know what I'm saying? But I just live in my truth. Like
to interrupt you though, but like because full disclosure, my wife took my name in it, so it might be a little bit hypocritical of me in it, but I still just don't understand why the double barrel thing is like like I could understand like the merging, like because our surname is kind of mad to merge, and you know,
is it long already?
No, it's not long, but I feel like it
doesn't flow nicely.
It don't flow nicely when it's merged with other. It's a standalone name. You know, standalone name.
I do think
but
if that's what she wanted to do, and this is the importance, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you meet somebody and to them they don't mind, they want to do but you have to understand that person's name could actually mean something.
Oh yeah. Then we'll sit and talk.
I do know a Matt. I do know a couple actually, and they took each other's names. So it wasn't just like she was like, I'm gonna be John Smith. You know, they both became John Smith. And they changed up John Smith.
Okay.
Right.
John Smith is not the name.
Obviously.
But that would be what I would be expecting as a double barrel. Like all of us going forward.
Have that name.
That is now our name. And I do think there has to be, for a traditional man, let's say, the woman's surname needs to mean something, and the only surname I can think of is Kardashian. But let's
right.
As in that surname has
such a value to it.
I think it would be very easy for a man to then be like, of course we're joining. Like, of course we're gonna merge. But that should be the value that you're placing on the person's family that you're marrying into. Anyway. So really, that should be what we all do moving forward, because we're merging our families. You should be thinking double barrel should be the most progressive, modern way to move forward.
And I think, and also as you're speaking to like men evolving their thinking, a man would come into seeing a Kardashian being like, for his security, she has to take my name because it's like that power play that your name is not bigger than me. So that kind of level of
I mean, even Kanye West, who is one of the most egomaniacal people on the planet, double-barreled.
Yeah. He didn't, she did.
Yeah, but I mean, even...
He allowed it.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like, so...
I mean, allowed.
Her choice as well.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Maybe that's what she wanted to do, to differentiate herself from the main Kardashian clan.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
it's that
okay,
kind of
yeah,
like-
I get what you mean, yeah.
Well,
Black
like, this
wrestling.
is what I'm saying. It's just so interesting, this conversation. It's always about merging together, but not like, what about taking the wife's name?
Yeah,
You know
but
what I
then,
mean? Like,
because
men
the
don't
only
even-
reason
men don't
okay, so the
even
only reason,
think about
yeah, the
that.
only reason I've said that is because we've had a discussion where it seems to be the consensus is that both names are important. So for me, logically, it follows that you have a double barrel name. But obviously, if, like, say for example, you had married up as a man into social status or whatever, then possibly you might think, well,
Would you drop her name?
No.
Man said no.
No,
This is what I'm
but
saying,
see,
but it's just
I'm
like-
different.
I do know-
I'm
Only
different though
marrying up,
because
though, not marrying down.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then-
you see what I mean. But
There has
this
to
is what
be
I'm
a
saying, men-
reason.
yeah, but then
have
obviously
that.
there has to be a reason. Like there's a reason.
Why?
There's a reason why like certain guys want to upgrade their vehicle. There's a certain we want to move to different neighborhoods. Like nobody wants to.
Nothing's just done because.
Yeah,
it's
like
just been
all
done.
like and for me personally, I'm not the most like lovey-dovey dude, innit? So I don't do things for like love, if that makes sense. Right? So like I married my wife because I respect her first, love her second. Right? Respect has always been a massive driving factor. Because you can't love somebody that you don't respect. Yeah, so for me, respect has always come sort of first, you know? And so I think, yeah, like I don't think, like just speaking honestly, innit, I don't think I would. It's a difficult one because how do you marry down? Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's really offensive to say, like, oh, my wife or my future wife, like, is below me.
It's removing
But
the
it's-
stakes. I think basically what is removing the stakes. There has to be so dramatically like.
Yeah,
woman's
exactly.
Super famous or rich or
So
successful.
just the name,
So
like,
that's the reason
oh, I'm
for a
Sammy
man to-
Walmart, you know, it's like, oh, Walmart, oh, I know that stuff, you know, something
It's
like
like on a
that.
level playing field. Like the average Joe, my name's Smith, my name's Brown. I'm the woman Smith, I'm the guy Brown.
Yeah.
I want you to take my name Smith. It shouldn't be that Smith is now worth millions before the man even considers it. It's about whether or not that conversation can go. Well, actually, I'm gonna take Smith because I love her.
I do
Yeah,
know guys
yeah.
who just did not like his surname.
Oh, yeah.
The minute he got married, he wanted to- like, his name was like, nah, his name was
There's that too.
I feel like there's probably a few people that are like that, but men aren't gonna really be talking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I changed my surname. They're not gonna talk about it.
I think we've got to a stage where men, like, I feel like, because when I talk to a lot of men, and especially men online, I feel like they're in crisis.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, I feel like we're in crisis if we're gonna speak openly. Like, we've had so much time where it's just been like our way sort of thing.
Yeah.
And now women are getting paid more, women are exercising choices and are actually establishing boundaries where they're like, actually, this isn't good enough for me, so I'm just gonna need you to just step to the side. And guys are losing their mind. What do you mean step to the side? These modern women, fam, like, you know,
Really, to be subservient.
you know, and I think there needs to be, because there is a lot of like you familiar with like red pill stuff? Yeah. So like there's a lot of red pill stuff out there. And I think in terms of individual self-improvement, some of the strategies are good. But I think when we get to talking about relationships with women, especially long-term because for me, red pill always teaches hit and quit. Yeah. And I don't feel like there's enough men pushing like this how you have a healthy relationship. And as a man, actually, there's a degree of leveling up that you need to do now.
No, yeah,
right?
I
Like, so
definitely
like,
understand.
yeah, because before we could just say, you don't work, yeah? I'm gonna drop the money on the table. Now you do what I tell you to do. And if you don't, you get out. And no one's gonna marry you because you're divorced. Yeah? And now women are saying, okay, look, I'm not gonna do the cooking, cleaning, house, like raising your children and going to work as well, while you just say, oh, I went to work and it's been really hard for me. You know?
I can't lie, you see the conversation that you just had, that's a conversation I have day in, day out still. I'm definitely not going to do the cooking and the cleaning and the looking after the children while you just go to work and come back, innit? I don't know. For me, luckily, I was lucky, innit? I don't know how it happened. I spent a lot of time with my mum. Obviously, I value my dad as well. They're still together. But I spent a lot of time around my mum and learnt to do things for myself early.
It's important.
Yeah. And so there are some things in life, that have allowed me to reflect on a deeper level. So one of them is the fact that I'm a social worker by background. So reflection is just a massive thing in social work. And my field is heavily female dominated. So I have to be open to emotional intelligence in the way that I work, because not the hardest part for me was that not everybody would like me, and I was like, all right, cool. There was a time where I had to just switch and say, okay, that doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with you. The second thing is, if you don't like something, it's probably best that you speak about it openly and transparently. That's the only way that people are going to come to a resolution. So that's why I'm able to say, but I know that I was feeling something, even though I understand that it may not be the right school of thought. And that's why I will always be open to compromise, if that makes sense, because of that reflective journey, innit? And I think that, lucky for me, I learned how to change nappies early. I think I was changing nappies at 15 or something like that. I learned how
it's
to
crazy how many dads don't know how to change a nappy. I've seen some video.
Okay, though. I think as long as they're willing to learn at the time.
That's very true.
Absolutely. It's the importance of what you do once you get into that situation. The whole thing, as we were talking about, of expecting your woman to do all of that and to be 100% for you, and to, if she's working, go to work as well. That's unrealistic. It's an unrealistic expectation.
And then after that, play adult Tetris. It's mad
because she's tired.
Exactly. And you're like, why is she so why is she so tired? Why ain't she up for this? It's like, because she's doing all the work. And sometimes I just think, can't you see the tree from the woods?
Bro, we are honestly different. No, but we are different kettle of fish.
What you said is important as well, and we talk about that all the time. Like, it's not just about raising your daughters to be independent. It's also about raising your sons to be independent.
Definitely.
In my family, all the men in my family, they know how to cook, they know how to clean,
Let's
they know
go,
how to think for themselves. They that's what we've been taught. Male or female, you're gonna learn this, isn't it? So I feel like that is important, and with that comes an understanding of how hard that is. An understanding of partnering with somebody. My granddad, to the day that he died, was my grand's partner. There wasn't nothing they wouldn't do, and that doesn't mean that everything split down
the middle.
It just means they were a partner. So some days he'd cook when she's working, or she'd cook. Vice versa. That's what you need to have. Rather
that's
than
important.
This expectation of, I sit here and my woman's gonna feed me.
Because I feel like, low key, I feel like that's an African thing, because
it's not
I remember being.
I'm Caribbean. Trust me when I say it's not.
It's a man thing.
The only thing that,
because I remember
I do think though, in terms of I do think it's more prevalent or more kind of in today's society where you'll still see remnants of it. Of in my household, when my dad's eating, you bring water to wash his hands. That happens in
you know what I mean? Very traditional. You're the head of the house.
This is the service that you get. This is how you're treated. Which is slowly dying out, thank God. But,
I can't lie. Having this conversation, it makes me, because for me, this is what it's all about, born, bro. I don't really eat a lot of red meat in it. I used to get rashes from eating red meat. So the only meat that I decided that I could eat was, so I can eat chicken, fish, duck, turkey.
Proletarian.
Is that what it's called? Is it? Okay. I didn't even know that. But so then I found out that I could eat beef, and I was like, I can eat beef. But then so then I was like, okay, no pork, no lamb, no that side of stuff. And then I obviously we're just talking, I'm thinking, my girl, she has to deal with eating turkey and chicken and that all the time. Because that's what
you have.
I'm on, innit? I mean, I suppose it's such a
I get you.
life,
No, I understand, because that's my lifestyle. Isn't
Oh, okay.
But what it is because I'm not gonna cook. You're not gonna have beef. I'm not.
To do a separate meal
I'm just not gonna do that, innit? But what I will do, I will cook something that is so if you get turkey neck,
Yeah.
or turkey leg, and you chop it up. Yeah,
Yeah.
you can stew that bad boy, and
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah.
you know, it's like
remnant of it.
Yeah.
Oxtail. Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
I'll make you something like that.
Yeah.
If you want to make beef for yourself,
Then you can make beef for yourself.
I'm not gonna make beef in it.
Yeah.
That's a good compromise. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So like I read an article in the Independent in it,
Yeah.
and it had this forecast of like in 2062 or something like that, marriage will drop by like 70%. And so it got me thinking about a hypothetical that I'd like to throw to the room. Yeah.
Okay.
Do you think society looks any different without marriage?
Oh, that's interesting. Looks.
Really?
No.
No.
Because marriage isn't
It's the ritual, innit?
It's not like relationships are going to end.
Yeah.
People are always going to find their significant others in whichever way. It's just an institution. It's just found. There'll be something else. They'll still probably be swapping of rings.
Yeah.
It will just be something else. I mean, like, even traditionally, we have our traditions. It's not the same as the church wedding, or you know, we just have our clan cultural traditions, and it is a celebration of two people joining together. We're always going to have that.
It's not the same like Game of Thrones days when marriages can determine wars and
Kingdom building and
I mean, maybe in some
Well,
of
some
the
families.
rich echelons, the 1%, So it depends on if we're still being controlled by them. So that might be the thing, but actually, societal level.
Do you know what's mad? Yeah,
because it was like David Beckham. Is it David Beckham who married his son? Married some super rich woman.
Yeah,
and there was like a whole load of
he had to sign a prenup. He had to.
Her family are billionaires. Like, married. Absolutely. Yeah, he definitely married her.
Yeah, it was crazy because you think of him and you think, right, he's got money. Yeah, that's David Beckham's son. And then they're like, listen, small fry.
You're rich, but you're not rich. So you've got money.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Old money, new money.
Yes, that is madness.
You know what? Yeah, I think in like maybe one of the benefits of that would just be like the taking away of the commodification and also like the negative expectation of marriage. Do you know what I mean? Like, society without that would probably be a bit more palatable. Do you know what I mean? Like, because I feel like a lot of I can only really talk from a female perspective. Like a lot of women are on this treadmill to get married, and it's not because they necessarily want to. It's just the pressure,
societal standard,
and family and stuff and things like that. Like, imagine without that, like what that would look like. That you just wouldn't have that pressure, and even for guys, it's just like. Also, without that pressure and the expectation of you have to be this type of person and have this amount of money and have all this pressure, what does that look like? That would, I think, it feels.
So you're saying it looks a bit healthier.
I think so. I think it might be a bit more honest.
I can't lie. Yeah,
That's
I don't know if I'd get married if I wasn't a Christian. Like honestly, like yeah.
So then there you go. Like.
No, but it's not about that. It's deeper than just because So for me, it's like I was a bad kid. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, and that kind of calmed me down, innit? Yeah, it helped me kind of deal with a lot of my challenges. Like, they put me in a lot of big spaces to have like open discussions like this. So I did a lot of youth work. I did loads and stuff that opened me up. Like I would not ordinarily go to a soup kitchen. Do you know what I'm saying? But through my church, I would do stuff like that. And so I think when I say that I wouldn't get married if I wasn't a Christian, it's more about the journey that I've been on than what the rules and the regulations say. Because honestly, there was an age or a period of time where I didn't see it as useful. I think similar to you, because we think kind of similar sometimes. So you see the duty of well, he's early and I'm late, so we're not always, you know what I'm saying? But you know, like you see the duty to your wife and the respect. Do you know what I'm saying? I feel like I wouldn't have necessarily got there without that, because I didn't have respect for nothing. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think it's hard for me to detach the two. Do you know what I'm saying? So if you were saying, a world without like marriage, I almost see a world without Christianity. Do you know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
And that forms a different perspective for me.
It's
Yeah,
adjusting
yeah,
yourself to
That's
the institution that you've been raised
yeah,
under.
yeah.
And then that doesn't matter. It's like changing a soul kind of
Yeah.
process.
It's like changing my whole identity.
Yeah. I get that.
So
you'd have some work to do.
no, I'd be living a different type of life, but in my head that life would be golden to me. But right now, this kind of life is golden to me. So it's kind of like, you know, like when you're young, and like someone shows you like loads of money and you're like, oh, drug dealer syndrome, like, yeah, I can get all the cars and all the rest of it. And maybe you have a period of buying all the cars and you realize you're actually not a good driver. You keep crashing all your fancy cars and all the rest of it. And then one day you say to yourself, actually, me having money just perpetuates a cycle where I feel like I get things too quickly, I do things too quickly, and this life doesn't serve me. It's kind of like that for me.
Right.
Yeah.
I do think that what you said about us finding new rituals, I think that would be something, because I don't know what it is. I just feel like there's always some there's always going to be some celebratory thing around the union of two people. Like I've seen people like nowadays who like don't wear their wedding band, but they've got like a tattoo of like something that means something to them, or like.
Because even if you look at slavery and all the Africans that were taken and went over to the Caribbean and the Americas, we weren't allowed to practice our traditions.
Yeah.
A lot of the traditions that you lot talk about in marriage, we didn't have that. So what they did is they did like jump the broom. There's these other things. So I feel like there isn't always an evolution of tradition, isn't there? What you do and what you hold dear.
Yeah.
It's just hoping that those new rituals don't then become the new burden.
The new,
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but then
I guess it would be.
It would,
I was thinking to Sade's point. I was like, I don't think it's realistic to ever think there isn't going to be an expectation on humans. Like marriage isn't it. It's the expectations that we all place in judgment on each other. It will just transform. It will, whatever we call it, boogity-boo. You're doing a boogity-boo and it's going to be like, oh, you haven't had a boogity-boo. Like,
There is the expectation to just find someone as well, isn't it? Even if you're married. There's the expectation that you should have a partner.
I just think it's like, obviously, I watch a lot of dystopia films.
Oh, sorry.
Where
No, they are good. Slightly depressing though.
Sometimes they challenge that concept of like even the expectation to even meet someone. You know what I mean? Or like, you know, in certain like Total Recall, for example, you can't even, or no, RoboCop, you can't even have sex with someone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It will change the whole way you value those things.
Those things, yeah.
And also, we've got to remember, like, for many hundreds of years, like the government and the in charge parties have determined how people should live, which includes marriage.
Which includes,
so as that changes, as that shifts, then the consciousness will be able to shift, and then society shifts. But that's it.
It would take a lot.
Yeah, no.
Because humans got to know their actual natural instincts to want to partner with someone and commune. So there's changing the whole dynamic of what a human is,
and then
human existence is.
What would the benefits of that evolution be? Because as it stands now, the reason why we have evolved into this way is to procreate. So unless there really was a whole other system and you didn't actually need to carry children or anything like that, I could see a whole shifting and maybe marriage would be totally redundant. But it would take a lot to get there, really.
Yeah.
I think society is interesting, isn't it? Because
definitely.
like whatever journey you go on, that's kind of what your life path looks like. So for me, I worked in hospital social work, so I saw everything backwards. So like I've seen the people who travelled loads, did stuff by themselves, and then like you live by yourselves, and then they're in the hospital bed by themselves, whilst somebody else, like their church friends are coming, their daughters, their sons, and everyone's there, and it looks like they're having a party on the ward, and that can be slightly depressing for somebody else who doesn't have that. Do you know what I'm saying? But similarly, I've seen people who had unions and then couldn't do. Did you see the article on Instagram where, I don't know, I think he's a millionaire or he owns some company and he divorced his wife because she got dementia. Yeah. So you do that. So you do get that even where I work, where people are like, okay, he's got dementia. I just need you to get him out of the house. He's driving me crazy. Yeah. I cannot deal with him. And these are, for examples, people who are 65 as well and over. So the likelihood that they're going to find somebody else is very, very low. But they just don't want their significant other there.
I I don't know why that was so shocking. I was shocked that people were so shocked that he's made that.
Yeah. For me, it's particularly
I think
egregious.
it was the divorcing.
Is it? But people,
Yeah.
people put their parents in homes because of the same reason. So
Yeah.
I don't understand.
I got the thing of
No.
like maybe she being in a home. I think it was
going
like I'm
into
gonna
care.
divorce.
I get all of
Yeah,
that.
but it's the
And
same.
even if she's gone into care and you're living your own life, but it's like you're actually divorcing her.
And getting rid
Yeah.
of
You're
Getting rid of
getting
her.
rid
Yeah.
But
Where's
if
the care?
But it's the oath that he made.
Yeah, so for me, that's why
Yeah.
it's particularly egregious, because the oath that you take when you marry, like, to me,
Tells you about this.
Like, it has so much weight to me, though.
Depends
You know?
what they actually said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they wrote their own vows slightly different.
There's that
Yeah.
as well. And then also, if
He
someone's
did it.
not
He
in their
definitely
right,
did it.
huh? No, you might not have said that.
Yeah, you might not have said that.
He left that.
People divorce.
She said it and he was like,
People divorce for lesser reasons as well.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
there's that. So it's a bit of like I understand like that it's a bit of a justifiable reason.
But
Like
like-
this is a lot, and looking after someone with dementia.
Is
so
a
it's
lot,
like-
yeah.
But if you
it's
got
intense.
if you
But it
got
should be-
money as well,
Yeah,
like,
but
why?
the
Could have set her up.
Oh,
But
that.
also as well, I was thinking about that. It's just like, what is the wife entitled to? Do you know what I mean? And they've got dementia. They could be a threat to those assets
Yeah.
because they have that condition. I'm not saying it's right. I'm
Yeah.
just saying like I feel like it's layered. I think there's more to it.
There has to be more to
Yeah.
it. There has to be more
Do
to
you know
it
what I
than the
mean?
headline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's that.
Yeah.
Because he could divorce her and still look after her, but just like in this
Yeah.
moment, in this institution,
but
this is
even
separate.
like, what is
Yeah.
the wife entitled to? Let's say we go down that road. If she's got dementia, then
She can't even advocate for herself.
No.
Yeah.
No, she
But I
can't.
can't lie,
So
yeah.
much
If she's been
easier
around a
to
rich man and she
access
hasn't figured out power of attorney yet, then she's not that.
Yeah,
sensible.
but think about it. If she's got dementia and that,
can't
the person who might have power of attorney is him.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
But if she got family, they can dispute. But I know the process, so you're gonna fight a losing battle. But
technically,
Yeah.
your husband or your spouse.
yeah,
Yeah.
would have your power of attorney. Yeah, but
And if
you've
there's
got,
no paperwork, they're the default.
yeah, but you've got the office of public guardian. So like, if she's got another representative, and this is why it's interesting when you're by yourself. Do you know what I'm saying? Because if she is truly by herself now, then she doesn't really have a leg to stand on because she can't advocate for her own rights. I mean, unless the state get involved and give her an advocate. Do you know what I'm saying? But generally, what would happen is that your family members would go to the office of public guardian and say, wait a minute, we feel like he's using his rights to oppress and not to empower. And therefore, we want to take over power of attorney, or we want to give it over to the state. But because she got dementia, she can't actually get power of attorney. She has to get deputy, which means her health and welfare isn't looked after. It will still be governed by the state, but her finances can be looked after by an independent body. Yeah.
He's just divorcing her. So
Yeah.
not together. Like,
Yeah.
That would assess if
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He's divorcing
cutting
her.
out.
Yeah, he's cutting her out.
She's
I want out.
She
Yeah,
protected
he's like-
from him.
Yeah.
If he divorces her.
And
That's crazy, man.
yeah, I suppose. Yeah, that's mad.
It's
Yeah,
an interesting one.
yeah.
I want to know more.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
If they have
Has he
children,
spoken? Yeah,
what else is
Yeah,
there?
I want to know a lot more.
What's behind that headline?
I mean, like, look at Rupert Murdoch. He divorced. I didn't even know that him and Jenny had.
Nor did I.
Yeah, they divorced.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's on some next chick now.
Getting married again.
Yeah.
Getting married again.
Is
Yeah,
it the seventh
seventh
time?
time. Yeah,
Yeah.
something
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
No, but when I
crazy.
saw that, I was like, Jerry Hall, how do you drop that? He's probably got less than 5 years.
Yeah.
On for that.
He
He's
said
so
in
old.
He said in a statement, "Oh, you know, I'm really happy now, and hopefully this will be my last one."
It might just well be. You know?
Because he still has.
He ain't got
Yeah,
about
it's
10
true.
years in him.
So what we
If I
saying-
was Jerry
Yeah.
Hall, I would have been. We're not getting divorced. We said until death do us part.
And you're almost there.
Like Sade said, maybe he didn't.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what are we saying about the Nick Cannon situation then?
What, like?
Like, he's just going on Abraham, like he's
Yeah, but
Abrahamic.
he's not getting
Yeah,
married.
but he's not getting married. Exactly.
He's just-
so is there?
He's just free with
Because
it.
I suppose if
How
you-
many? I think he got like 12 kids.
12.
12 now.
But the
But
thing
you know
is-
who else is like that?
12 kids or?
Yes,
Is
I
it-
think
is
it's
it,
7 women.
NBA young boy.
Oh yeah,
He's got like 12 kids as well.
Yeah.
But he's like 20 something.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So if let's say for example, I mean, kids to put in one woman is a lot.
No, not one woman. He's
No,
got like
but I'm saying like if you was married.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like that's
There's people like that.
Yeah, but then you have a overarching structure where you're in the house and you're.
Oh, so you disagree with it?
No, I don't disagree. Like, look, I think that for certain people who have the funds, yeah. So like for me, I've always said that like 2 was like my limit. Yeah, 2 children. I feel like we could have 2 children and then you have enough sort of time to pour into their homework and their development as children. But some people have, say for example, they own their own businesses, they have more flexible time, there's more financial resources for them to be able to hire out tutors and things like that. They may decide to have more children and then that's fine for them. So when you hear it, it's wild, like, oh yeah, this person's got 8 children or whatever. My thing is, and my main thing, like what I like to talk about in it is like dads being in the home and being present. So as long as he's there and able to take care of the amount of children that he's created, I don't have problems. My problem is guys like Nick Cannon who spread their seed everywhere and then can't be around to be an effective father figure.
But do you know what's funny? Yeah, so I think this discussion happened on ZZ's show between Akon and ZZ.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and he was like, "Well, how do you know?
How do I know
he's not physically present?"
Because you can't be physically like Akon. Like we're not taking relationship advice from Akon. We're not taking.
It was a silly response. Yeah, it's not logical. Yeah, it was not possible for the amount of kids that you have.
Yeah, it's just a dumb response. Like go back to doing the light bulb thing. You know.
But also like Akon discounted what people would deem as fatherly things to do.
Yeah,
like,
he did.
That doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So
okay, yeah.
Watching your child play football, that doesn't matter.
See, okay.
Ballet,
that doesn't matter.
Being present, he rejected it.
He was like, no, financially stable. That's my role.
Yeah,
that's what he placed importance on.
Yeah.
So Nick can do that. He can run more than 7 households that he is paying for. Now.
Of course,
he could do loads more than that.
Yeah,
but that's not really effective.
No, but I think that's a thing. Like of a lot of guys, innit? They've been taught to be finance centric. So it's like, oh, as long as I can give you money, then everything's all right. Like as long as I send you.
I don't think it's even as long as I give you money. As long as I can, as long as you can have a baby, you have.
There's that. I've been talking about listening to the back episodes of The Breakfast Club, and DJ Envy and Charlemagne were going back and forth about doing their daughter's hair. I think Envy was saying he did his daughter's hair, and Charlemagne was like, "I'm not doing that. I'm here to provide. I'm doing this. I'm not doing my daughter's hair." I don't know if he's changed now because years back, he probably changed his mind because it's that kind of thought process, being physically present and engaging, especially with your girl children. I mean, there's different things that different children need.
Yeah.
But those type of human touch things that some men have been raised to think that's not important.
Yeah.
They've got to just be the rigid financier and then
that's it.
Like and that's it. No human interaction.
That's mad. My niece taught me how to braid hair.
It's important.
It's important. She like, "Uncle, come do like this hair with me," and I was like, I don't know how to do it. She said, "It's easy." Like, do you know what I'm saying? And I watched her in it. My sister was like,
"You know what? It's a really nice time, like with having that time with your child."
Yeah, no,
sitting down and having that bond. It's like they're missing out.
I don't do the hair thing, by the way. But we go to the park. Oh, we shave it all off. No, I'm joking. No, like if I had to, then
and that's what's important. It's not like
being willing to, because I'm a man, I'm not doing it.
But the whole painting nails thing, I that's where I draw the line in it.
What, you wouldn't do that?
No.
Like just
but why? Because you're doing it to her. It's not like you have to.
No, but she could paint your nails.
No, but so that's what I'm talking about. Her painting, man, like that's
play.
No, we're not gonna do that. I just there's certain things that I don't want. No, nothing like that. Like you do your nails, whatever. Like that's cool. Yeah, boom. Just don't do mine. Don't do your brother's.
You know, would you go to a nail salon? Wait, would you go to a nail salon?
No.
Never.
Oh, man.
Just even get a manicure.
Like a manicure.
Yeah, clean a buff. No?
A pedicure.
No.
You need to do
What does
it.
it mean to you to do that?
It's just not some, like my whole life, I've never done that. Like why?
There's that, but would you not do it? Because
No, but like-
it's not manly.
No, so I don't really care about the non-manly. Like we've come a long way. Like we put the face mask on our face. We do a lot of different, Yeah, cool. But there's certain things that like I just feel like are not for me personally, I don't really see the need to do. And yeah, and so
That's not really
she's
an
4.
answer. Sorry. It's not really an answer.
No, isn't.
It's not.
What do you mean?
Because you're saying you just don't feel, but why don't you feel to do? What's the difference
knows
between
why.
a face mask and getting your nails done?
In
A
a
face
salon.
mask is traditionally a feminine thing to do.
Yeah.
What's the difference between that and...
I can't lie, I've been called it Metro, so I ain't got...
Clear
Nothing
nail
to say.
varnish on your nails or going to a salon and getting a manicure. What's the difference?
I don't think there is a difference, so to speak, but it's what you're comfortable doing or what your habits are doing. And my habits don't allow for me to do that.
I've got a question.
Yeah.
Would you buy yourself a nail kit and like manage your... There we go. So he just doesn't see it as important.
No.
Do you get okay? So like, if you're going on holiday, you wouldn't go and get like all the
No.
No, but I think I understand there's an element of what if it's just not your thing to do, because not every woman goes to the nail shop.
Yeah.
But if it's like,
I don't want to misinterpret what I'm saying. Do you know what I mean? Because your thing is different. But this how it came from was like your girl child, like painting your nail. You're saying flat out no.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, what's the difference between that and having a face mask on?
So the face mask is like something you do for yourself to be
No,
presentable.
say if you're oh, okay, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like the nail thing is a play option.
Yeah.
There are many other play options that we can engage in that are equally as like might be fun or engaging.
But not feminine, is that what it is?
Yeah, probably not feminine as well, because I'm not feminine. Do you know what I mean? So it just stands to reason that things that might be overtly feminine, I have no interest in doing.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's yeah.
But does that kind of, by doing that, does that kind of speak to your masculinity? Like, is it like what if your child is playing with you and it's you deem something as like feminine?
Yeah.
Like, what does that say about your masculinity? Because if it says nothing about your masculinity and you're securing it,
Yeah.
it shouldn't be about a thing.
Yeah, but there are things that are maybe masculine and feminine that not all masculine people engage in, not all feminine people, and then the crossover. So that's what I'm saying, the crossover, like I'm not gonna do that. I've got pictures where I'm wearing a little pink bib with my daughter and we've taken a picture. I'm happy to do that. But when it just comes to like the whole painting and I don't know why. I just it's not for me.
Fair. I think it's fair because I wouldn't wrestle with my boys. I just don't think it's it's not comfortable for me to do that. But they can wrestle with their dad. And that's all. That's fine. So there are certain things that I'll watch them doing, and it's like that's boys' time, and I don't feel okay getting involved. For one, if you hit me, I'm not able to not hit you back properly.
Yeah.
So I just don't get involved in that. So I stay away from that. So I get it.
Yeah. So aunties, thank you for your time. I think we've covered some really good topics today.
Chat. Yeah, definitely.
So thank you. Can you let people know where they can find you?
On all platforms, Your Aunties Could Never. We're on YouTube, we're on social media, we're on all the listening platforms. And that's literally it. Your Aunties Could Never.
Amazing. So no problem. Thank you for coming.